So I'm just gonna get this out of the way right here at the beginning. This video is gonna make me look and sound super old. So now that we have that out of the way, I can continue. I really can't help but feel lately like people care less and less about the quality and the artistic elements of entertainment. It feels like every day there's another example somewhere of just a growing disinterest in the quality of what we watch and read and spend our time doing. Whether it's the general trope of calling somebody a film nerd or just sneering at the Oscar movies every year when they come out, I sense a general contempt for anything that's really inventive or artistic or just in any way different from whatever superhero movie came out that month. Just this week, Karsten Runquist referenced this tweet where this guy is defending Black Adam's poor critical reception against people who see movies as art. But this tweet is literally saying that we shouldn't expect movies, particularly the ones about superheroes, to try to hold themselves to any kind of artistic standard like good writing and good editing. Aren't movies always art though? Isn't that the whole thing? By the way, if you aren't already following Karsten's channel and you like movies, you should really check his channel out. I'll link that in the description. Take TikTok for another example of this. Earlier this year, they enabled uploading 10-minute videos. While I appreciate the effort to maybe roll back some of the damage they've done to young people's attention spans in the last 5 years, literally who is this for? No one is going to TikTok to seek out video essays on long-form topics of any kind. That just wouldn't make sense. It goes against the whole idea of this endless stream of short-form content. All I can assume is that maybe they're looking for ways to pull people deeper and deeper into the app so that maybe you don't just go there when you want to watch some quick funny videos. Maybe you do go there for longer things, even if that's not what people do now. And TikTok is a business, so I'm assuming that the motivation, is that over time people go there for more and more things and it becomes the default place that you go to be entertained instead of your TV, your video game console, your book, whatever. But it's really hard to look at an app like that has the incentives it has monetarily and still feel good about the content that we claim to care about. We're talking about an app where people are constantly creating things to game the system to trick the human brain into viewing the content more and more. Perfect example, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I describe this. You're watching the video and the captions disappear on the screen as fast as they show up, so that you have to watch and loop the video 5 or 6 times to see what they're actually saying. This is the type of content that may not exist if TikTok had different incentives and was set up in a different way. And it just feels contrived and it makes me feel sad about the good content out there. Something else that I see as another sign of the entertainment apocalypse is watching cinematic stuff on a phone. Do people seriously do this? Now, I'm not talking about catching up on an episode of Abbott Elementary on the train or watching a podcast when you work out. I do that stuff too. I'm talking about things that the creators intended to be watched on a real screen, whether it be a TV or a theater. Part of the process of making this stuff was literally about how it would look on the screen. And the first thing some people do is shrink the size of the intended viewing area by 10 to 30 times. At that point, you've already dwindled the experience way down from what it was actually supposed to be. A while back, Cody Ko had a bit on the TMG podcast where he admitted to watching Dune at home on his phone when it came out. This is one of the original things that inspired me to write this video because even though he was joking, I couldn't stop thinking people actually do that. This is an extreme example, granted, since Dune is really way far over on the theater only side of where should I watch this. But if you find yourself doing this, just know somewhere, wherever I am, my head is just shaking back and forth involuntarily like some kind of judgmental voodoo doll. It's like this, right? Dune cost $165 million to make. How would it even make sense for something that expensive and that intricate and that detailed to be watched on a tiny screen or even your TV in the case of things like that? We're talking about a 6-inch phone screen or a 48-inch TV at home. Even small movie theater screens are 40 feet wide. I know that the answer is really simple and it's just that people don't necessarily care if they get the full experience as long as they're entertained. But I think that misses the point of watching this stuff. If the people who do watch things meant for theaters or even IMAX at home, I'm willing to bet that they don't enjoy it nearly as much as the person who went to the theater. And that might impact their subsequent viewing choices, which impacts what sorts of projects they're actually supporting financially. This is part of the cycle that I feel is eroding the industry over time. If the movies that cost tons of money to make aren't making a ton of money back, why would these huge corporations that own all of the media companies now keep investing in them? They won't. Economics don't care about the nuances of human behavior, and if good content, expensive content, doesn't get supported, they will stop making it. All right, so I really don't think there's anything wrong with short form content or comedic content or less serious things, but I do think that over time it really does erode our patience for long form artistic content. As a society, if you kind of get stupidly symbolic about it, art is the only way that we really have to imbue a legacy of our society into something that persists into the future. And if we stop supporting that, if we stop feeling like that's important, what are we doing? It just feels like it could end up as this downward toilet swirly to caring about these things less and less. And like I said earlier, I really do fear that caring about these things less and less overall will lead to less of it existing. All right, so as always, thanks for watching. I want to hear from you guys. If you think I'm right, let me know. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Whatever it is, I want to discuss in the comments. So let me know what you think down there. If you're not subscribed, first, thank you for making it this far into the video. And second off, please consider subscribing while you're here if you enjoyed it. Like the video if you enjoyed it. That all helps out a ton. I've had a hard time making content regularly over the last year, as you may have noticed. But over the next few months, I'm hoping to write more and just kind of brainstorm more and hopefully be able to pick up the pace. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.